Stick with me because there has been countless reviews of this watch. I do know that, but this is not a review. This is something a bit more involved. But there has been a lot of hate for this watch. Not entirely. It's been a lot of lovers out there. They have sold 1.5 million of these things, apparently. So they can't be that terrible. But the point is, in the watch loving community, there's been a lot of hate. So I'm going to read a quick few comments. So this is from my own subscribers. Thanks for your comments. Some of you said, overpriced, overhyped and unserviceable. Well, you only have to change the battery, but anyway. Fair point. Then you've got, oh yeah, buy one, brackets, pull it out of a box of cereal, like one of the free toys you get too. And good luck with the wife on it as well. Pretty brutal, but okay. I would not get one for myself, especially over RRP. Hype watch for the TikTok generation. Disposable child's watch. And I said I was going to talk about this watch and someone said, no, don't do that. So boring, so repetitive, so unsexy. Sorry, I'm not sexy, mate, but I'm trying. And someone said, it's been butchered. Do something different and unique instead. I'll show you unique. Let's get on with it. So anyway, before I get too angry, you're all actually right. Those commenters, I agree with every single one of them. But everyone is also very, very wrong. I've got some examples of why this watch has been a raging success. Swatch sales as a company, not Swatch Group, but Swatch, that sell watches that no one really buys. Sales are up over 60%. Very good. Approximately 1.5 million units sold. Very good. It's a huge brand exposure. More people are buying watches. More people are thinking about analog watches on the wrist, not just these smart watches and health meter things, which are totally shit. But importantly for me, the Speedmaster, the one with the mechanical movement and steel case and made by Amiga, that is apparently enjoyed. 50% sales increase. That is very good. I mean, that's a huge amount. Come on, guys. No one could argue with the figures here. But this is a big but. The main reason why you are all very, very wrong. This is a fun watch, plucks at the heartstrings. It brings joy to people. It's fun and exciting and silly. And isn't that what a lot of us enjoy about watches? Isn't that a good thing to get people into the passion and the hobby of watches? It's things like this which can save brands and can reinvest into other parts of a big conglomerate that they spend more money on cool stuff that we might buy. But objectively is the thing that I know many of you are criticising. Let's have a quick look at the watch objectively. So here it is, the 220 odd pound plastic watch from Swatch. Currently got this on my Artem strap. I adore it on this strap. It really works with this watch. This is very cheap feeling, relatively comfortable, but it's very nasty, very cheap looking stitching, very basic. And these spring bars are so terrible with too much flex in them that you can actually take the strap off the watch without needing a spring bar tool. It's that loose and crap and baggy. The other thing people say is it's very light. Yes, it is, because this is a bio-ceramic watch. The other thing is ever so slightly scruffy finish in places. It's not bad. I mean, people really make it sound like this is out of a Christmas cracker, but it really isn't. I mean, you can see moulding marks under here, slightly scruffy bits sometimes around the pushers. Other than that, it's nothing alarmingly bad. But what does feel cheap is the crown is so light. You pop it out and it feels like it's broken. Nothing solid feeling about this watch at all. Now the slightly squiffy thing, as you can see here, the hand alignment at the 12 o'clock is ever so slightly off. So you guys know the negatives, you've heard it a bazillion times, so I'm going to tell you the positives. The main one is the looks. I think it's gorgeous. I love this colour. You don't have many sand coloured watches on the market. I adore this colourway. The orange accents really make it pop, really playful. And when you put it on a sand coloured strap, I think it looks really cool. Get loads of compliments with this watch on. Not that I care about compliments, but it just shows that people notice, and it's a striking watch, and it goes with the kind of attire that I wear. And another really big positive, very accurate, quartz moving in here has been running really well, and I like the fact that when you press these pushers, the feel is lovely. Lovely pop, and it's really nice feel. You get the tenths of a second or 11 bazillionths of a second here, and then the reset, it goes all the way around. It's not a snapback, but it's very smooth, very nice, up to 1 hour of timing. I use a chronograph occasionally to time my son and I when we're brushing our teeth to make sure he does a good job. Other than that, I just love the funky dials and it's really cool. And I find it as a fidget toy as well. As a grown man of 42 years of age, I still like to have fidget toys. And the aesthetics is the main thing. It looks fun, fresh, funky, cool. Sorry about these very aging words I'm using, but I like it. I think it looks fun and gorgeous. But now I'm going to discuss with you the key thing which makes this watch extremely special. This has a lot of sentimental value for me. My son, nearly 8 years old, at Christmas, got me this watch for my Christmas present. He's very proud of his daddy. He's always asking me how I'm getting on with my YouTube channel. He is so glowing with pride that his daddy is a YouTuber and he loves watches and he's always noticing these things, and he loves this watch because we love our planets. As young as I can remember, we'd watch YouTube videos of size comparison videos of showing the size of all the planets, all the different things about space. We've looked videos from showing things down to as small as a Planck length all the way up to the multiverse. He's deeply into just looking at the universe and the world and everything in a broader scale. And he loves the planets. He knows them all off by heart in the right order, and we go out stargazing. I've got a telescope. It's just something magical we share as father and son. And it's amazing that there is an affordable range of watches that align with that interest of exploration and travel and space and adventure. And that's what we've promised our son, to show him adventure in life. This watch embodies that for us because of what it is celebrating. That's the fun element of this piece. So I asked my very clever little boy, I said, what's your favourite cool fact about Jupiter? And he said that there is a great red spot, which is a giant storm. And for those of you who don't know about Jupiter, Jupiter is enormous. It's 11 times wider than the Earth. You could fit 1,300 Earths inside it. The storm alone, raging at 268 miles an hour, symbolised by the orangey coloured dials on here. That spot, you could fit 3 Earths in it. These are cool facts that we love sharing. It's nearly 500 million miles away from the sun. It takes the sun's light 43 minutes to get to Jupiter. It's very cold because it's so far away. It's a gas giant. It's at minus 110 degrees Celsius. So it's extremely cold. So all this fun stuff is what pops in my mind. All these scientific things and my remembering the joy in my son's face, regaling these facts and thinking about everything on a bigger and different scale is when I look at this watch. What do you get when you look at a watch? What kind of memories do you get? Have you got a sentimental piece like that? I'd love to hear about it. Definitely drop something in the comments. Now you know a bit more about me and my family and why this watch is actually cool to me personally. I've also got another story about my first ever car, which there are pictures in here. Let's have a closer look at this. And this is relevant to this because people say this watch is shit, but I love it. My first ever car was total shit, but I love that too. Let's have a look at these pictures. I want to show you my first car, which objectively was utter rubbish. It was a complete bag of shit, but I adored it, and it's still the best car I've ever owned. This MG, the MG Midget from the 70s, built by miserable people during a weird time period, was the best car I've ever owned. Got pictures here. I'm going to show you these as I'm discussing, and I just think it's one of the most joyous days when a young person gets their first car, or any person gets a first ever car. It doesn't matter what it is, you will love that car forever, even if it lets you down. And speaking of letting down, again, subjectively, that car for me was God, because I was 17 and I could thrash about in the countryside when I got my licence and enjoy utter freedom and joy. But it had its problems, and I've written a list here. I had a car which, over about 2 or 3 years of owning it, had the following. Broken suspension, it was bouncy and wandering and was dangerous. I spun it at 5 miles an hour. Rust everywhere, had half the car resprayed, it was falling to pieces, as rotten as a pear. Collapsed seats, I literally had a spring shoot me in the arse. Had a broken gearbox, couldn't get into second gear, so it cost didn't cost me, it cost my poor father, who helped me with the money, £800 to fix. £800 25 years ago was a lot of money, still is now. Another time I had a broken speedometer, so I was driving and had absolutely no idea how fast I was going. The broken carburettor, so when I was stuck doing 5 miles an hour in traffic, it would constantly cut out. It was an easy fix, but that's just another bloody problem. Lastly, because it was a convertible, it had a very leaky roof, and I could break into it by just popping a little bit of the roof out of the way and reaching in, so it had security of an open barn door. So there you have it. You can have a watch which gets a lot of hate, but still plucks at the heartstrings, absolute joy. You can have a car, same. It could be anything. It could be your first ever piano or guitar or first ever painting you did. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't have to be objectively good. If it makes you feel happy, if it gives you fond memories, or it's brought you joy and you still have it, it's a winner in my books. So that's why you're all wrong.